I watched as Reese pulled the grenade out of her back pocket. She smiled lightly, pulled the pin, and released the lever. Her smile suddenly changed into a look of shock, confusion, and alert. Reese had no time to react when she knew that the Hayden she was integrated with had righted up a grenade for her to throw at me. The integrator dropped her grenade and tried to run, but it was too late. The explosion blew both of her legs off and knocked my threep into a brick wall. My name is Chris Shane, a rather famous child who has been in the FBI for less than a week. John Scalzi is the author of my story, Lock-In. About 25 years ago, the first wave of Hayden syndrome came around. The name caught on because the First Lady of the United States of America contracted the disease. The disease infected 5% of the population worldwide, 4.5 million U.S. citizens. The disease ultimately ends in most people becoming locked in, losing any possible control of their body, but being fully conscious. Those who didn't become locked in became possible integrators, who can allow locked-in Haydens to take control of their body with permission. When I was 2 years old, I contracted Hayden syndrome. Since my father is a multi-billionaire former NBA star and worldwide businessman who is currently running for Virginia Senate, he decided to do something about it. He developed a virtual robot called a threep, in which a locked-in person could take control of and live in. The world criticized the threeps, saying that living with robots is creepy. But, of course, my father insisted on showing the world that threeps are humans too. He toured the world with me, creating the most famous Hayden on the planet, and proving that threeps could fit in with our society. When I recently became an FBI agent, I was paired with Agent Van, a 40-year-old veteran who's addicted to smoking and drinking, but she can get the job done. I don't think that my ideal first day would be to find a dead tourist in a hotel room and then to find that one of the biggest Hayden researching facilities was blown up by an employee who used an integrator to get the job done. And I never thought that my new roommate, Tony, would be the neuro researcher on the nervous systems of integrators in my cases, seeing as I barely knew him. But when he revealed some pretty crazy stuff about Lucas Hubbard, a big Hayden researcher and a Hayden himself, he proved himself worthy. I just wish that being an FBI agent didn't ruin my dad's campaign for state senate. So up until I turned 18, I was one of the most famous and photographed Haydens in the world. The photo of me handing a flower to the Pope in St. Peter's Basilica is regularly cited as one of the most famous photographs of the last half-century. All 7th graders at Hingham Middle School should read Lock-In by John Scalzi if they enjoy mysterious thrillers and sci-fi novels. Even though the events in this novel will hopefully not occur, some of the characters can represent some things that will happen in the real world.